Getting started in a trade like the lineman trade, there is a long list of expectations. As a groundman or as an apprentice, there are tools that you should be carrying with you at all times. In this video, I want to go over 3 tools that you should have in your back pocket that's going to save you a lot of headache and hassle. With that being said, let's hop into this video. Hey, if you're new to this channel, I'm Austin. I'm a journeyman lineman. I got into an IBW Union Lineman Apprenticeship in the year of 2017 and completed that in 2020. And I've been a lineman now a little over 4.5 years. When I got started in the trade, I didn't really think about this thing. Having tools I know is important, but carrying tools with me at all times, I did not know that. So I learned it, well, kind of the hard way, which is guys yelling at me, guys screaming at me, guys being disappointed in me, because I wasn't fulfilling the expectations that they had. This is a pretty high expectations that I feel that is going to really help some of you who are getting started in the lineman trade. Now, if you went to a lineman school or not, it doesn't really matter. When it comes to that first groundman call or when it comes to that first day as an apprentice, I think this is a great thing that you should learn right now to save yourself a lot of hassle. With that being said, let's hop into the first tool that you should carry with you at all times. Now, the first tool that you should carry with you at all times is going to be a pair of 9-inch Kleins. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, just get a pair of Klein brand Kleins. Kleins were created for linemen. They're one of the most important and useful tools we use in the trade. Now, of course, Kleins are good for cutting things, cutting wire, cutting whatever. They got, they got a jaw on them so you could grab things, pinch things, whatever. These ones have a pair of threaded deals down here, which I don't ever use. But anyways, you'll come to find out that Kleins are something that is used almost on an everyday basis. I will also tell you, this is gonna be highly recommended, is to, when you get the Kleins, they're not gonna be so nice and easy, free flowing like these ones are. I've had these for many, many, many years. So I'm gonna give you a tip right now, and that's when you get your new pair of Kleins or a pair of Kleins you already have, make sure you make them so they open like this. The last thing you wanna do is give your lineman, he says, hey, let me see your Kleins, and you give him the Kleins, and he has to forcefully open the Kleins with his fingers. He shouldn't have to do that. He should be able to just drop the handles and then grab whatever he needs to do and cut. So without being all sticky and gunked up and not opening properly, that'll save you some hassle, trust me. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. One of the best ways, or whatever, the only way I guess, if you get some WD-40 or some sort of lubricant and you spray it inside the jaws, in the jaws, all the way around 360 degrees from the bottom, you take it and you just work them. You work them. You smash the jaws on the floor, on a piece of metal, whatever. These things can be used as a hammer. They're used as a hammer all the time anyway, so don't be afraid to break them. I just highly recommend you make sure your Kleins open like this, because if they don't, they might get thrown in the hole or thrown down the right of way. I know I've done that 1 or 2 times because it's super, super irritating when you're trying to use the Kleins and you're having to open them with your hands and then grab them and they just don't work properly. So I'm very passionate about this little piece of advice. You don't get your Kleins thrown out in the woods or in the hole, because that will drive linemen nuts. So the first most important tool is a pair of 9-inch Kleins, preferably a Klein brand. Also, on your Kleins, it's not a bad idea to strip off a part of your handle. Like, you guys may be wondering why is the insulation, why is the rubber stripped off? And I'll show you right now. In the lineman trade, we use a lot of things that have this sort of thing on it. These are for shotguns, so the shotgun can grab this. This specifically is a hotline clamp. If you have a pair of Kleins and you don't have this end stripped off and you need to tighten or loosen something that has sort of apparatus like this, your handle does not fit up and through it, so you can't really tighten or loosen it. If you strip off the end, you can see here that it fits through that hole, and now you can tighten or loosen whatever you need to do. I mean, you can always use the jaws of it as well, and that works too, but I don't think it's a bad idea just to strip off, part of that. That way, when it comes time to loosening or tightening something that has this, then you can just stick your handle in there and use it like so. The second tool that's very important to have with you at all times is gonna be some sort of knife. Now, when I say knife, it can really be any kind of knife, right? Preferably a hawk bill is nice, this curved blade, because this is good for skinning wire. If you're on a distribution crew, you're doing a lot of skinning wire, whether that's overhead or underground, there's a good chance you're gonna be using your knife a lot, especially for skinning wire. So Milwaukee makes a pretty good one. They're pretty cheap. There's a lot of other brands out there that make them as well, but having a pocket knife with you is going to be an essential item to have. Or even some sort of knife, right? So this is just one I have that my dad made me that, it goes onto my belt. But I more so carry a pocket knife. I grew up carrying a pocket knife, so it's no issue to me. And I suggest that if you don't carry a pocket knife and you want to get into the lineman trade, or really any trade probably, it's probably not a bad idea to start carrying a knife right now. Go get yourself a Milwaukee one or any other brand. Just have a pocket knife with you at all times. They're gonna come useful, it's gonna come in handy a lot more than you would think. The third tool that it's important to have in your back pocket at all times is gonna be a pair of channel locks. Now, channel locks are used almost on an everyday basis because you can use channel locks to tighten and loosen nuts, bolts of every different size. Whether you're framing a pull and you need something to hold the nut on the back side or the bolt head and tighten a bolt, or if you're using bolted connections of some sort, you can use your channel locks to tighten or loosen those as well. So channel locks are very, very, very versatile. And I think this is why this is an awesome tool to carry with you at all times. I think these are the version 420s. They're 9-inch ones. I wouldn't go any smaller than this because I believe these will fit almost every size we use in the trade. And they're a little bit more lightweight and they're very, very, very useful. You can carry the bigger if you want, but honestly, you don't really need these so much, the bigger jaws. But maybe you have a pair of these laying around and this is what you have. I have like 5 different sizes of channel locks. I suggest just get channel lock brand. Milwaukee makes great ones too. I just don't necessarily prefer you guys to go get a pair of cheap ones from Harbor Freight that are gonna break or they just suck, because there's a good chance that if you hand your lineman a cheap pair of pliers of some sort, he might just toss them. So anyways, the third most important tool is gonna be a pair of channel locks. There are a couple other things that are good to have with you at all times, and one of these is a roll of tape. There's a saying called, you'll probably hear it, you probably heard it, tape climbs, read minds. So having a roll of tape with you at all times is also a really good idea. We use tape a lot in the trade. If you can get used to carrying, having a roll of tape with you in your shirt pocket, in your pocket, wherever, then that's also gonna be a good idea, because like I said, you don't realize how much you use something until someone asks you several times throughout the day, hey, you got tape on you? Hey, you got tape on you? Hey, you got climbs on you? Hey, you got a pair of channel locks? And if you don't, then you kind of feel like a useful idiot. And you don't want to feel like a useful idiot and have to run back to the truck, scrounge through the bins, try to find a roll of tape, try to find your tools, whatever the case may be. If you just have these items, these tools, these things on you at all times, you ain't got to worry about it. You're there.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Whenever they ask you, hey, Austin, you got tape, you can grab the tape and say, yes, here you go. With a buddy tail, of course. You just take the tail and you fold it, and so it has the buddy tail. A roll of tape is gonna be another awesome item to carry with you at all times. It's gonna be used all the time. Another awesome tool to carry with you, and I've seen a lot of grunts and apprentices carry with them, is a speed wrench. We call these a speed wrench. This is a 4-in-1, so it's got the 4 different sizes in it: 3/4, 5/8, 1/2 inch, 9/16. These are common bolt-on sizes, so like bolted connections we use in the trade is gonna be these 4 sizes. So having this on you is just gonna make things a little bit more efficient, a little bit faster. You can use a pair of channel locks for bolted connections, don't get me wrong. Guys just carry this because oftentimes it's like easier just to use the speed wrench to tighten or loosen bolted connections than versus using a pair of channel locks. So a lot of guys use this. Milwaukee has some, Klein has some. There's a lot of brands that have the 4-in-1 speed wrench. It's called a speed wrench because it's speedier, it's faster to use one of these than versus a pair of channel locks. So this is a 4th tool that a lot of guys will carry on them, just to be the best prepared. with, you know, the 4 tools of channel locks, clines, a knife, and a speed wrench, you can get a lot done and you can be pretty doggone useful. So having those things on you all times in your back pocket, somewhere on you, is only going to benefit you. It's gonna save you some headache, some hassle when the journeyman, whoever, is like, hey, you got channel locks on you, and you can take them, hand them to them. So just letting you know, this is gonna save you some headache. This is a piece of advice I wish I would have learned, you know, when I first got in the trade. So if you're just getting started, if you just graduated lineman school, or if you're in lineman school and you're getting into the trade, this is something that's very, very, very important to realize and just accept that, hey, if I just carry these tools with me at all times, then I could be the best prepared and be a better apprentice or be a better grounder. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. With Blue Collar EDU, I'm here to expose, teach, educate you guys about blue collar career opportunities, how to get started in skill trade, things that are gonna help you, tips, pieces of advice that I learned throughout my career so far, that I've seen, that I think would be good for you guys to know who want to get started in the trades. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.